Welcome back to Mad Money from Cupertino with Tim Cook, Apple CEO. Tim, let's talk about Apple's role in the world. You're a huge company. What are you doing to create jobs?
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, a lot of people ask me, do you think it's a company's job to create jobs? And my response is a company should have values because a company is a collection of people, and people should have values. So by extension, a company should. And one of the things you do is give back. So how do you give back? We give back through our work in the environment and running the company on renewable energy. We give back in job creation. And so if you look at job creation in particular, we've now created 2 million jobs in America. 2 million.
Don't give me the.
And so let me give you a little bit of information on this. And this doesn't include the multiplier effect, by the way, that would make it a ton more. That's as you look around this campus. We now have 80,000 people in the United States. About 25,000 are here doing R&D. But we have a huge facility in Austin as well that has 6,000 people that does everything from engineering to customer support to financial services, et cetera. And of course, we have stores across the United States. In addition to this, we buy a lot from U.S. suppliers. And this includes things like we manufacture here, our suppliers manufacture here. You know, Corning is an example of this. We buy the glass from iPhone and iPad from Corning. But there's many other examples. We buy adhesives from 3M. 3M manufactures in my home state of Alabama and many other places as well. And so we actually spent over $50 billion last year in this country. I mean, this is incredible. And so, and then we have a developer community. And this developer community is almost 1.5 million people now. These are folks from really small businesses, a party of one, to larger companies, and they're writing apps that change the world. And we're giving them the platform, and we've created an incredible store that allows them to sell their product in 155 countries in the world. It's a really unbelievable, empowering experience as a new business. And so each of these areas, Jim, we ask ourselves, how can we increase it further? How can we create even more? You know, we're not satisfied with just 2 million. And so you can bet we're going to be hiring thousands of employees in the future, thousands more employees in the future. On the developer community, we're asking ourselves, how can we empower the next generation of developers? How can we touch even more people? How can we train more people to code so they can pursue their passion?
Would you ever put money behind that to make it?
We would, and we will, and you'll be hearing more about that across the summer. In the other category, manufacturing, we ask ourselves, how can we get more people to do advanced manufacturing in the United States? And I'm proud to tell you that we're creating an advanced manufacturing fund. We're initially putting $1 billion in the fund.
This I did not know about.
We're announcing it today, so you're the first person I'm telling. And I'm not the first person because we've talked to a company that we're going to invest in already.
But this is $1 billion of Apple's $256 billion putting it in.
It's $1 billion of our U.S. money, which we have to borrow to get. That's another whole topic. But yeah, we're really proud to do it. And by doing that, we can be the ripple in the pond, because if we can create many manufacturing jobs around, those manufacturing jobs create more jobs around them because you have a service industry that builds up around them. And we'll be announcing the first investment from this fund later in the month of May. And so we're really proud of this. And so you can see we're really looking at this thing deeply. How do we grow our employee base? How do we grow the developer base? How do we grow manufacturing? And you will see us bring things to market in all of those areas across this year. We're really proud to do that.
Now, when you do that, I mean, do you ever look at the government as perhaps saying, okay, look, Cook is putting $1 billion of his companies doing it. Let's get in. Let's, President Trump saying, we've got to give him repatriation. Who knows what he'll do with all that money over there? We've got to give him a tax break. I mean, would you work closely with the president to get some of these things done so you can do more job creation?
Well, I think that repatriation, I think comprehensive tax reform is so important to this economy. If you think about it, many companies now sell globally. If you sell globally, you earn money globally. If you earn money globally, you can't bring it back into the United States unless you pay 35% plus your state tax. And you look at this and you go, this is kind of bizarre. You want people to use this money in the United States to invest more. We are in a good position, but an unusual one. Our good position is we can borrow.
Right.
And so to invest in the United States, we have to borrow. This doesn't make sense on a broad basis. And so I think the administration, you saw that they're really getting this and want to bring this back. And I hope that comes to pass.
Now, Tim, your company stands for things. You've got closely held principles. You've got human rights that your company's civil rights. What happens if they clash with the president and his views?
You know, my view on working with any government in the world is that there are things that you will agree upon and things that you will not. And you don't want to let the things you don't mean that you don't have any interface.
Okay.
Because what we want to do when we disagree is we want to say why we view the way we do. Because we want to influence it. Yes, immigration is one of those where you saw how we talked out about the executive order and how we felt about that. And I think that most people, when you disagree, if you do so and you say why, and I think you have a good chance of influencing things. And so that's kind of the way we look at it.
So it sounds like the relationship with the White House is one of give and take with getting something done.
I think with each administration in every country in the world, there are things you disagree and things you agree. And you look to find common ground and try to influence the things you don't. If you don't show up, I think that's the worst scenario, because then you're quiet and this doesn't do your cause any good or your point of view any good.
Let's talk about you. You've come out with some phenomenal products, but we're still waiting for something. iPad comes out and you change the world. We've got new products that advance the ball. Is there something coming our way that is just going to knock us out, that we can't believe is going to be a game changer that we never thought of, that we just can't live without?
Jim, we always are working on an incredible number of things.
Car.
And, I can't say that.
Health.
The watch has been an incredible move into health in the wellness and fitness piece. And,
for you too?
Yes, for me too. I've lost 30 pounds.
You're looking good, man.
Thanks partly to my watch.
Because it prompts us.
Because it motivates you, and it constantly gives you feedback. It constantly gives you rewards. And this makes a difference over time. And I'm getting calls and letters from so many people where the watch has made a difference in their life. And this is why we are in business. We're in business to help people achieve their objectives, to empower them to do great things.
But are there gating factors to the new product, artificial intelligence, machine learning, where the phone just can't get you there because of the physical infrastructure around the world, that we have to leapfrog that somehow?
I think AI is huge. We use AI in so much of what we do today, but we're going to be able to use it even more in the future, because the processing and GPUs are getting so incredible, the capability is so incredible. We're going to be able to do a lot more. I don't want to get into details, but there's a lot more there. AR, I've said in the past, this is something we're really excited about.
You still loving the job? Still getting the people you want?
I love it. Yes, yes. There's no bigger privilege in the world than to work at this company at this moment in time, and to be able to work with all the great people I get to work with every day. It was beyond my wildest imagination, and there's not a day that I don't go by that I thank God for it.
Well, and do you feel that there will be something that tells me maybe this year, because you haven't given us any date for the new phone, right? Can we get a date? Can we get a date?
No.
Because I want to get my daughter a new phone. I just need to know when.
If you want to get her a new phone, I would suggest you get her an iPhone 7 or an iPhone 7 Plus, because they're extraordinary. And, I'm getting all these photos from people that are using portrait mode on the 7 Plus. They're unbelievable. It's like we've all become professional photographers.
Well, I do ask this because you do, every time the product is so good, that I come back and say, if it's so good, why do I need a new one? Is that not, are you not your own worst enemy in some ways, Tim?
No, because it's always something that you didn't expect. Who thought you could take a photo like a portrait mode?
Long battery?
The current ones are better than the previous ones. And the AirPods. I get so many mails every day about AirPods.
But weren't they supposed to be the reason why we didn't buy?
Now, people that are using them, they really love them. And I'm not exaggerating a bit. They really love them.
Well, look, I want to thank you for spending the time with us, and I think we really figured out a lot of different things that make me realize that the best days are not behind Apple.
The best days are in front.
All right, Tim Cook.
The best days are in front.
Thank you, Tim Cook, CEO of Apple. That's AAPL for those who want to hold it and not trade it or sell it. Coming from Cupertino. Thank you so much, Tim.
Thank you, Jim.
Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.